Good day, everyone. I am Claire and Emma Viso together with my members, naming Mr. Dalos, Mr. Tagyo, Miss Punzalan, Mr. Robles, and Miss Tolentino. And this is our presentation titled Networking and Internet presented by Group 3 from BSIS 1HE1. So, what is network? A set of collection of computers that are connected for the purpose of sharing information, resources, devices. A network is simply a group of things that is connected together like a spider web but with computers, phones, or other devices sharing information. These are the three types. Number 1, the wireless fidelity or Wi-Fi. That means through the air or like a radio transmission Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is a wireless technology that lets devices connected to the internet and each other without cables. The number 2, wired cables or wired network. Wired refers to any physical medium made up of cables. Copper wire, twisted pair, or fiber optic cables are all options. Wired uses cables to connect devices and share data. It is the fastest because it directs to the chosen computer or other devices. Number 3, the wireless and the wired users. On the same network, you can pick and choose which user you can take advantage or which technology you can use. Combination of wireless and wired technology or networks offers speed and flexibility by using cables for high bandwidth, needs Wi-Fi for convenient access.
As we read a network topologies are the way devices connect to a network. It's like a layout of the connections.
We have a lot of examples for topologies, but first is bus topology. In the bus topology, all devices are connected to a single backbone cable. This cable acts as the communication medium and data travels along it to reach the intended device. It is simple, inexpensive, and great for small networks. However, there are drawbacks. If the backbone cable fails, the entire network goes down. Plus, as the network grows, performance can slow due to data collisions, making it less suitable for larger systems. Next is ring topology. Ring topology connects devices in a circular loops. Each device is linked to two others, forming a closed pathway for data to travel. Data packets move in one direction around the ring until they reach their destination. This setup ensures equal access to network and is easy to troubleshoot since the flow is predictable.
Star topology. Each device is connected to a central hub or switch. This makes the network more stable and easier to manage because each connection is isolated.
Next is mesh topology. Mesh topology takes connectivity to the next level by linking every device directly to several others. This creates multiple pathways for data to travel, ensuring that if one path fails, another can take over. Mesh networks are extremely reliable and handle high traffic well, making them ideal for critical systems. However, the cost and complexity of setting up and maintaining all those connections can be a challenge, especially for large networks.
Hybrid topology. A hybrid topology is defined as a network topology that combines two or more different network topologies. A hybrid topology can be a combination of bus topology, ring topology, and mesh topology. A hybrid topology combines multiple networks topologies, like a star and a bus, to create more complex and efficient network structure. Next is the point-to-point networking. Point-to-point networking is a fundamental concept in both networking and telecommunications, characterized by a direct connection between two distinct nodes of endpoints. And so the point-to-point or the P2P topology connects devices directly to each other without a central server, allowing the decentralized communication.
Network media refers to the communication channels to interconnect each other. Guided and unguided. Guided data travel is transmitted by a fixed path through the cabling system. and the unguided data travels in the forms of an electromagnetic signals across the spans. Twisted pair cable. Twisted pair cables have two conductors that are generally made up of coppers, and each conductor has insulation. These two conductors are twisted together, thus giving the name twisted pair cables. Coaxial cables are copper-based wires that are composed of 4 layers. The center of a coaxial cable has a thin wire conductor. Surrounding the copper wire is a layer of plastic for insulation. On top is a wire mesh layer for more insulation, and the last layer is another rubber layer. Each end of the cable has a thin layer of copper that can be screwed in the receiving electronics. Example, cable box or TV plus. Fiber optic cables. A fiber optic cable is a network cable that contains strands of glass fibers inside an insulating case. They're designed for long-distance, high-performance data networking and telecommunications. Compared to wire cables, fiber optic cables provide higher bandwidth and transmit data over long distances. Fiber optic cables support much of the world's internet, cable television, and telephone system. Infrared. Infrared is a wireless transmission medium that sends signals using infrared light waves. Broadcast radio. A wireless transmission medium that distributes radio signals through the air, over a long distance such as cities, regions, and countries, and short distance such as within an office or house. Microwaves are radio waves that provides a high-speed signal transmission. Satellite is a space station that receives microwave signals from an Earth-based stations, amplifies the signals, and broadcasts the signals back over a wide area to any number of base stations.
Network hardware devices. Network interface card is used to physical connection as devices to connect network media. Internet. It is a global network of billions of computers and other electronic devices. With the internet, it's possible to access almost any information, communicate with anyone else in the world, and do much more. What is the web? The World Wide Web is a collection of different websites you can access through the internet. Website is made up of related text, image, and other resources. Websites can resemble other forms of media like newspaper, articles, or television programs. They can be interactive in a way that's unique to computers. Web browsers. A web browser or web browser is application software that allows users to access the view web pages. History of Internet. The Internet consists of technologies developed by different individuals and organizations. Important figures included Robert W. Taylor, who led the development of the ARPANET and early prototype of the Internet, and Vinton Cerf and Robert Kahn, who developed the transmission control protocols, Internet protocols, and or TCP or IP technologies. Internet features. Globally available. The Internet is a international services with universal access. People living in isolated areas of archipelago or even in the depth of the Africa can now access the internet. Easy to use. The software used to connect to the internet like web browser. User-friendly and easy to understand. It also relatively easy to create. Compatible with other type of media. The internet provides a high level of engagement with photos and videos, among other media. Affordable. Internet services develop as well as maintenance cost or modest. Uses of internet. One of the best features of the internet is the ability to communicate also instantly with anyone in the world. Email is one of the oldest and most universal ways to communicate and share information on the internet, and billions of people use it. Social media allows people to connect in a variety of ways and build communities online. Finding information online. With billions of websites online today, there is a lot of information on the internet. Search engines make this information easier to find. All you have to do, and the search engine will look for relevant website. Example, Google, Ask, Yahoo, Yandex, and so much more. Email. short for electronic mail. Email is a way to send and receive messages across the internet. Almost everyone who uses the internet has their own email account, usually called an email address. This is because you'll need an email address to do just about anything online, from online banking to creating a Facebook or any social media account. Example: Outlook, Gmail, Spike, Mail.com, and Yahoo Mail that you need to create a email account. Social networking. Social networking websites are another way to connect and share with your family and friends online, rather than sharing with just a few people over email. Social network make it easier to connect and share with many people at the same time. Like Facebook is the world's largest social networking site with more than 1 billion users worldwide. Example: here's the social networking: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Messenger, Discord, and so much more.
So we will discuss the types of internet connection. The first one is the dial-up connection. This is generally known for its slowest type of connection, and you should probably avoid it. Why? Because this is the oldest type of internet connection. Some limitations of a dial-up include the slow speed, high latency, less than broadband connection, and not well suited for streaming videos or downloading large files. So next, we will discuss what is DSL. But first, what is DSL stands for? It is for Digital Subscribers Line, to connect to the internet via phone line, but does not require you have to hand the landline at home. Unlike the dial-up, you will be able to use the internet and your phone line at the same time. So DSL works by receiving signals, telephone lines, converting the signals digitally, and transferring the data wirelessly or via an Ethernet line. So next is the cable access. Cable access refers to the cable internet or cable television, which are both services that uses cables to provide connectivity to the internet on our TV. So cable internet is a broadband service that delivers high-speed internet access through the same coaxial. So next is the satellite. Satellite internet is a wireless internet connection transmitted from the orbiting satellite around the Earth. Typically, land-based internet services like DSL and cable run along the underground wires. So next, we will discussing what is 3G, 4G, and 5G services. Are the generation of the mobile internet connection or telecommunication technology, with the G standing for generation. The main difference between them are the speed, latency, and the service they support. But first, we define what is the 3G, third generation of mobile network. 3G was introduced in 2001. It provides speed of 2 Mbps, which was enough for the basic web browsing, voice call, or messaging. 3G also allowed for video calls and low resolution for watching. So next, we will define what is 4G, or the fourth generation. 4G offered much data transfer than the 3G, with speeds ranging from 5 to 100 Mbps. 4G enabled high-definition video streaming, online gaming, and faster download and uploads. 4G allowed for wireless broadband, which is provided in internet connectivity without a wired connection. So next is the 5G, the most recent generation. 5G offers speeds of 100 to 2000 Mbps than the 4G or the 3G. 5G can support Ultra HD streaming, reality application, and instantaneous downloads. 5G also offers a low latency than the 4G, with latency under 5 milliseconds compared to 4G's 80 to 98 ms. 5G is designed to support a new services like mission critical communications and the Internet of Things or the IoT. So next, we will define what is modem or the modulator demulator. A modem is a device that connects a home network to the internet by converting digital signals from devices into analog signals and vice versa. Modem are essentials for connecting devices to each other over a long distance using existing infrastructure like cable TV networks, telephone lines, or a satellite network, a satellite adapter. So next, we will discuss what is a router. A router is a device that connects two or more packet switches networks or subnetworks. It serves two primary functions. The first is the managing traffic between these networks by forwarding data packets to their intended IP address and allowing multiple devices to use the same internet connection. It was an honor to present our perspective here today. Thank you for taking the time to listen, and I appreciate the opportunities to speak with you today. Again, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you learned something from us. So this is the Group 3 from BSIS 1A G1.